This operation began months ago, nearly 600 kilometers away. This is where the roof's metal structure is being manufactured. 250 workers in rotating shifts, 24 hours a day, in order to deliver 14,000 tons of steel in record time. But their job is far from over.
The Santiago Bernabéu Stadium has 4 bases like this one, and they are critical cornerstone pieces that hold up the building's entire roof.
The joints between the parts must be made to perfection, and it will take 250 tons of solder to do so.
Any welding error in load-bearing joints of a structure of this kind would have very serious consequences.
The structure of the new roof will weigh twice as much as the Eiffel Tower.
The total length of this truss is 180 meters, and they each weigh around 2,000 tons. The project includes 2. Here, we have a mock-up assembly of a quarter of a truss.
This mock-up at the workshop is to check for any faults. But the job will only be done once it gets installed in the new stadium. Today is a decisive day. The hardest part of the assembly is joining the 2 halves, and there's no room for error. The structure arrived as separate parts, and were then assembled on either side of the stadium. Up top, there's only room for a handful of specialists. The 2 500-ton pieces have to be perfectly aligned, and all without occupying the playing field down below.
Dale Fran, quieto ahí. Vale, dale quieto ahora. Mete un tornillo ahí.
This is the first time this has ever been done, and I don't know if anyone will dare to do it again.
It will take 3 days to fit the mega truss together. Together with its twin, they'll support the full weight of the new roof. Orchestrating each and every job in the heart of Madrid is another insurmountable task on this project.
The logistic of the project is close to hell. We are dealing each day with traffic collapse, with the lack of space for storage, the lack of space for installations, the lack of space for machinery. I think that we have needed to use at the same time more than 15 cranes. Not only the fixed cranes, but movable cranes, big movable cranes of up to 800 tons capacity. And all this has to be developed in a very small space that it's 2 weeks, needs to be used for 1 match.
In a few hours, Real Madrid will face Manchester City, and the stadium must be transformed. The routine is always the same. Clear out the machinery, clean and prep the space. Getting it all ready to welcome the fans is a full day's work.
The main problem is the fact that you have to deal with 80,000 people coming to the stadium with all the requirements of safety accomplished.
The 5 fixed cranes are also impacted by the safety measures. 2 hours before game time, operators take up their spots high above to keep the cranes away from the stands and the playing field.
1, 2, en posición.
Vale, ok.
Contamos corriente y cada uno ya no hace falta tocarlo.
Down below, the stadium belongs to the fans for a few hours. Real Madrid is playing in the European Champions League, the contest between the world's most important clubs. The crane operators stay up until 1 hour after the stadium has been cleared. No one could see it coming, but the routine of alternating between the renovation and sporting events is about to come to a crashing halt.